Well, I want to start off in a bit of a different tone. Great Conservative Prime Ministers built a big tent Conservative Party, and they built big teams that could speak to every corner of the country. I want to acknowledge at the start that if you look at the team of candidates running this leadership race, it really speaks to the diversity of opinion and the strength of the Conservative family in this country. You know, I look at Leslie Lewis. I've known her for 10 years. She's been fighting for Conservative values specifically. I remember in places like Scarborough where we have not been as successful. I look at Scott Aitchison, who radiates kindness. He's the example of being collegial. I've yet to meet someone in Muskoka that doesn't love their MP. You know, I look at Jean Charest, and frankly, the country owes Jean Charest a debt of gratitude for your courage and determination keeping Canada together in 1995. Thank you. I look at Pierre Poilievre in his determined prosecution of the government's failed policies, particularly with inflationary crisis, is praiseworthy. And thank you for that determined effort. I look at Roman Baber, who at the beginning of COVID, it wasn't easy to challenge the lazy approach of lockdowns. And Roman sacrificed a lot to go against the grain, being one of the first politicians in the province to challenge lazy lockdowns. You look at a slate of candidates like this, it speaks to the strength of the Conservative movement. Too often as Conservatives, we focus on our differences. And I think we've heard today there's a lot of commonality of where we want to take the country. On taxes, Conservatives know that our country is overtaxed, and we will fight new taxes at every inch. I know that in Brampton, where I've challenged the orthodoxy of municipalities. And most municipalities across the country raise taxes again and again and again. Brampton is the only big city that has challenged that orthodoxy and to say that's not the solution. You can't simply charge people more and more. There is an affordability crisis in this country, and too many families are struggling to make ends meet. Candidates here today have spoken about pipelines and why we desperately need to build a national energy corridor. I find it unconscionable that when we go to fill up the tank here in Ontario, that I have to be a wealth generator for Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. I want to be a wealth generator for Canada. Many of us have spoken about law and order. I see that. I deal as a big city mayor with the challenges of guns and gangs in the GTA. And we have a criminal code that is a revolving door. It protects the rights of criminals over those of victims. And the Liberals have been tone deaf to the frustrations that our frontline law enforcement have raised. Conservatives can reconcile these challenges. 7 years ago, Justin Trudeau said he would deal with foreign credential recognition. He's done nothing. It's in silos. Just last week, I was speaking to a Lebanese community group in Ottawa where there was a fellow who had been trying to get his engineering credentials recognized for 9 years. I was in Saskatoon with a community from Kerala where they couldn't get accreditation to be nurses in our hospital. We need a government that will actually move on these issues. You look at Bill 21 in Quebec, which is an attack on religious freedom, that people lose their jobs based on their faith. That goes against the core of the Canadian dream that everything is possible. And it's tough to get everything when you're only given 6 minutes. And I've already got the yellow sign, but I look at the GTA, and too often we abandon seats as Conservatives. If we lean into the Canadian dream, that everything is possible with hard work in this country, I really believe that every seat is possible. I've seen that provincially. I remember running a by-election in Scarborough Rouge River where the provincial party said, we've never won in that seat, we can't win in that seat, but I truly believe that every house we go to, that every family we can connect with, they're a potential Conservative voter. No more giving up on seats, no more giving up in any corner of this country. As Conservatives, we need to be determined and dogged in every seat in this country. Thank you.